Starting. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our first Q&A in over a year. We're really excited to be back with you guys. And joining us tonight is Classic Alice. I don't know if you've seen their show yet, but they have 30 minutes of hilariously wonderful footage. And I'm just going to go to them really fast and let them tell you guys a little bit about the show, and then we'll talk about how this thing's going to run.
Unless you want me to.
I guess that's. I expected it to like flash up. No. Hi. Hi, we're the Classic Alice team. We've still got some actors coming. So Elise will be here and Tony will be here late.
Late.
So Josh, myself, Kate, and Aaron are here. Josh is our director. Aaron was my co-producer, so we both produced. I wrote and star in it, and the whole thing is this girl gets a bad grade on a test and lives her life according to classic novels. So that's kind of where we start from.
And hilarity ensues.
And then tragedy.
It's shenanigans.
I'm a serious actor. So,
Right.
Josh,
well, since you already introduced me, I'm Josh. I'm the director.
Hi. Elise just texted me. Elise says,
Message from Elise.
OMG, I want so much free water when I get there. We have water.
It's here.
And she also said something about M&Ms, but take all the green ones out.
Oh, yeah. That was like ages ago.
Those actors, man, those actors. Tough demands.
And as Kate said, I'm Aaron Matthew Kaiser. I'm one of the executive producers on the project, and I did a lot of the stuff like the website and helping put stuff together and make sure things were running smoothly.
Awesome. Well, before we jump into some questions, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping for people who are starting to watch. If you want to come in, we're going to be bringing people in so you can ask questions and get answers right here, face-to-face, in real time. It's going to be awesome fun. If you want to do that, tweet using the hashtag ClassicAlice, and we will DM you from the Seahorses account. We're no longer the LBD Seahorses. We are the Seahorses to love everybody. So follow that account. It's associated with this YouTube page for Twitter. So it's just at these Seahorses, and we will DM you a link to come in. You'll go through a brief green room just to make sure your camera is working and stuff, and then you'll get to come on in here and we'll have fun. If you don't like to be on camera and that sounds terrifying to you, but you still have burning questions, we will take them from Twitter. We will be looking at the YouTube comments. So ask away on either of those places, again, using the hashtag ClassicAlice, and we will pull from there as well. I think first off, the first question that I have is, what was your original inspiration for this show, you guys?
So that's a question for me. I was originally asked, a friend of mine was partnered up with someone and they had like a whole idea for a YouTube channel targeted to young adult readers. And they asked me to host something, and I was like, I don't want to be a host. I am an actor. I want to act. So I pitched them kind of like a bridge between them, and I said, well, what if we do something like vlog style, so you get that one-on-one, very direct, like, it's your friend feeling, but there's also a narrative arc that I can write, so it's not, you know, just me like on a camera. And they were like, oh, like Lizzie Bennet Diaries. And I went, sure. So that was how that started.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very fun. Now, I'm trying to decide which questions I want to ask and what I want to wait for people to come in. I'll go ahead. We can go ahead and bring Rachel in. Let her ask her question so I don't steal whatever her question is. Rami. I'm Erin, by the way. If you didn't, I never introduced myself. I'm Erin, and this is Rami to whatever side she is for me on the broadcast, and she's helping out with the tech mod stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Yay!
Woohoo!
I would be helping out with the tech mod stuff if it wasn't glitching on me right now. But
Yeah, bear with us. Google Hangout has made a lot of changes since the last time we did this, so we're still getting all of the gears oiled again. And some of them are in different places than they used to be.
Yeah.
Can you, here.
Talk about I don't know.
Things.
Yeah.
There we go.
About the
You were
They
answering
took the
so
video
well.
now.
Hey,
Well, Josh, what were some?
we got to work.
right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
Hi, I'm
Hello.
I'm Rachel, and should I just go ahead and ask my question then?
Whatever you want.
Okay, so one of my questions is there like any book that you like would flat out refuse to do on the show?
That's a good question. You
50
answered.
Shades of Grey.
Well, yeah, and Twilight.
Well, I mean, you guys, you already ruled out anything that's not in the public domain.
Right. So do you mean like what public domain book would we just be
Yeah.
like, no? Okay.
Yeah, like what public domain book?
We gotta just like, we gotta.
Heart of Darkness.
Why not?
No. I hated it. It was so dense.
It's Apocalypse Now. It's a great movie. It's a good book.
That's a movie. Like the
It made a
book
good
was
movie.
so...
It would be a good journey for her to go on. I'm not sure how she would do that. Maybe she would go to like a public school.
I just remember reading that and being like, why am I reading this? Ugh. And The Giver, I also didn't like. I know.
The Giver?
The Giver. I really didn't. And everyone is like, what's wrong with you? My mom, I hid it because I knew my mom wanted me to read it, so I like hid the book. And we found it when we moved, and we moved my bed, and my mom found the book behind the bed, and she was like, why did you hide this?
Why would you?
I just didn't
How
like
old were
it.
you?
I was like 7.
Jeez, why would
I
whatever?
don't know.
Have
It's
you
so
like given it a chance since you were 7, or is it just like never again?
There was, though, I read Of Mice and Men when I was 7, or no, I'm sorry, I read The Pearl when I was 7, and The Pearl, spoiler, the baby dies.
It's a short story anyway.
It's not very long, and that just, like, freaked me out. I couldn't handle it, so I was like, I'm never reading Steinbeck again, and it took me until, like, I don't know, 5 years ago to pick up another one.
How about other genres? Would we ever do like a science fiction book? Would we do
Sure.
Dune? Would we do Dune?
No.
No. How about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Someone asked about that, and I looked at it, and I liked the book that they were asking, because one of the perks for the Kickstarter is, this is like a really long answer to your question.
I think
but,
we're fascinating though, so it's fine.
one of the perks is you get to pick the next book.
Right.
So he pitched Moby Dick and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and I was like, I love these. I would totally do them, but I don't think we have enough money because the whole series is designed for you to read along. So you can, it's like a weird, really dweeby book club. So you can read the books in the time it takes us to air the episodes.
I wouldn't refer to it as really dweeby though.
I would. I wrote it.
Well, and on the flip side, I would love to see Treasure Island, but it's probably
Yeah.
along the same lines of it probably.
I think
would be a
Treasure
little-
Island would be hard to do. I'd have to revisit it, but it's hard. The book has to be, like, the character has to make a choice,
Mhm.
because otherwise, like, it's just stuff happening, and that doesn't make sense. That, like,
She's not gonna just be like, oh, I found buried treasure. We're living out Treasure Island.
that's right. So, what book would you not do? Because that was the actual question.
Well, I don't know what book I would not do. No, I won't say that. That's
Say it, say it.
No, I won't say
Oh.
that. That's inappropriate. I have no idea. I don't read enough classic books to like come up with a great.
He didn't like
response.
Gatsby. He was just telling
Well,
us.
I didn't do it. I did not enjoy reading it in one night. Listen, whatever. I'm not going to the whole story again.
Well, here's a good counter question, which might be easier to kind of answer along the same thought process. Larissa had asked this previously at one point, and I'm sure other people have the same question, which is how did you go about choosing the books? So right now, the first you did was Crime and Punishment. So how did you choose that one?
Right.
What made that one the first? And then you're doing Pygmalion next, and I don't know if you have any future lined up for if you get to keep going. But what was that process?
Why did you pick Crime and Punishment?
It made me laugh, so I thought that was the way to go. Why did I pick it?
She laughs at other people's misfortunes.
Yeah. He makes a very, I mean, he kills someone immediately, like in the first 30 pages. It's not 30 pages, but very quickly, and it's a decisive action that then fuels the rest of the book. So it made sense for her to make some big choice, and then, you know, she goes through the same stuff that he goes through. So I guess it actually, when I was workshopping it, because I take all of my work to a writer's group, and they tear it apart and we rebuild it, when I workshopped it, someone raised their hand and said, what if Crime and Punishment isn't the first book? Like, I feel like this is, like, later on. And I was like, no, it's so weird that that's the book she picks. And then I picked Pygmalion again because it's got characters who are making definitive choices. Higgins goes out, he makes a bet, and he goes out and gets this butter rat and fixes her. And Eliza makes a choice to go in and get her voice fixed. So I've got decisive actions that I can play with instead of being stuck, like with Tess, in Tess, like stuff happens at her, and I don't want stuff happening at my character because then it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So she has to choose to do stuff. The end.
I'm excited for Pygmalion.
Yeah, I know, it's going to be very silly.
I have no idea what you have in mind.
I'm assuming at least 1 or 2 musical numbers.
Duh.
The entire episode in song.
That would be so fun.
Oh yeah,
and
you
so-
promised me a musical if you reach your goal. I remember I was holding you to that.
I will figure something out. There will be singing.
Oh, they're going to sing in the next season.
I'll find some way to stick that in there.
You can never go wrong with singing.
I figure.
Well, don't say never. Never say never.
That, okay.
you
You can
You sing.
usually not go wrong with singing.
Tony, you have to do a song shirtless.
He'll do it.
I know.
He loves it.
I don't think he'll have an objection to the shirtless part.
He was very quick to do that. Have you guys all seen this? The 6,000 video?
Gratuitous shirtless
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
Yes.
While I was out.
Very. He's. You know. I asked. I was like, "What about?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Let's just talk about Tony until he gets there.
What have you guys been talking about? Just you.
That's it.
Oh, good thing.
That's. Yeah.
Well, let's go to Josh.
Okay. Oh, that's not me. Different Josh.
Literally. We have 2 Aarons and 2 Joshes.
I also named her Josh, which was so stupid.
So strange.
We'll go to the
Okay.
fan Josh, who is now
Okay.
joining us.
Oh, like I'm not a fan.
Okay,
Hi
I
guys.
hope you're a fan of what you're directing. I would hope.
Yep. Okay. What's up?
Hi. So my question kind of starts with: do you know, like, if you continue, obviously, what books after the Pygmalion you plan on doing?
So my whole like philosophy on picking the next books has been, don't think about it, because if you don't make it, your heart will be crushed. And so I've been like putting it off, and Pygmalion just came to me. I was like, crap, and then I got really excited. So as far as like book 3, book 4, book 5, I've been kind of trying to like, no, don't think so far ahead, but I already know where the characters are going, and I already like, I read things and I get excited, so I haven't picked them right now, but I've got like a wish list, I guess.
Throw a couple. Well, we know we have to do the one from the crowdfunding, right?
Right. If someone backs us for that amount, then we would do the. Right now, I don't want to
Right.
put anything, but like, yeah, we would do
I
that.
had an idea. I think you should do the Count of Monte Cristo.
That would be very cool.
It would be
And
about
very long.
vengeance.
It would be like a 4-month.
No,
It's
how thick is Crime and Punishment? It's pretty thick.
Crown of Punishment was like, you were there the entire time I was holding that book.
How much thicker? How much thicker is Count? Really?
I think it's much longer.
Mhm.
I also think my ex has my copy.
Oh
No.
well, then we'll never be able to. How will we find out what happens?
Whatever will we do? And you know we're open to revisiting Goodnight Moon.
That's true.
Goodnight Moon. I think for sure you can do a lot with Goodnight Moon.
I think it's a really overlooked book.
I was really disappointed that turned out to be an April Fool's joke. Real tears.
Surprised?
Yeah, we could probably knock that out.
Yeah, I think that would be like.
Maybe we could do that as a bonus feature if we get to do a second season.
Yeah, absolutely. Be very silly. Someone's running.
Who's here?
There's a bug. Yay! Elise!
What's wrong?
There's a bug outside.
There was a bug.
Did you kill it?
No, I ran from it.
Go back and kill it.
No,
Were you
it's outside. It's in its house.
Oh,
You guys, we have to like scooch over because like
Yeah.
he's here.
4 and a couch.
Where's Tony?
Yeah, he's working.
Where's Tony's abs?
Did everyone catch that?
Clearly, I need to watch the 6,000 perk.
Well,
video.
it's a gratuitous shirtless dude. Come on, just watch it.
Welcome.
So you guys, this is Kara. She's neat.
Mm-hmm. I try to be neat.
Just not on time. No.
I'm sorry.
Traffic.
You guys wanted to know this?
Did we satisfactorily answer the last question?
Oh yeah.
What do we
And
think?
can you see everybody? I don't think we can see you anymore, Josh.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
We can see
Yeah.
it.
They seem a little while.
Oh right.
There, you can't see it, but on the
Okay.
widescreen you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Oh.
fun change to Google Plus.
But if I were to do one of these numbers,
Oh, I can't even read.
what are you
Those are
looking at?
questions. They'll ask.
Is that Tony?
Is to what? No.
Why does nobody understand my humor?
So they'll ask us the questions, so we don't have to try to like.
Read them?
Yeah. So we can
Yes, we are here to facilitate for you. Well, here's a question. So, I totally blanked on your name, new girl.
Elise.
Elise.
Or
Elise?
New Girl.
Or we could go
New
by
girl.
Kara, right?
Roommate. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So, you played the roommate, which was just like a brief
Yes.
one episode thing.
Yeah.
Will the roommate role be reappearing in a bigger scope in book 2?
Yes.
Yes. Well, Kate's the writer, so I have to suck up to her a little bit better, I think, to make that happen. But yeah, no,
He was bitching at me in text today.
in a really nice way.
It really depends on whether her bribe check goes through.
Yeah.
No, she's definitely going to take a much bigger role. Because remember, Alice and Andrew are no longer speaking. So if Alice continues shooting things, she needs someone. It's gonna be Kara.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Gentry or Josh.
Why
all
not
right.
Gentry? I don't know.
I want Gentry to be in it more. I want to interact
Yes.
with him.
Yeah.
He's really fun.
I agree. His schedule's tough.
Yeah.
So
He's a big deal.
He's so
he is a
talented.
big deal.
Okay, awesome. Do you want to go ahead and bring in John, Rami, and
I can tell we're answering these satisfactorily.
I think so. Do you want water?
Do you want water? You get like free water.
Okay.
Hi, John. Should be visible now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Just want me to go ahead and ask my question, or?
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
definitely. Go ahead.
Right, when it comes to genres of books that you'll be using for, like, any further on from Pygmalion, do you have any genres that, other than the obvious ones, that you absolutely won't touch? And do you have some that you're kind of aiming at in terms of wanting to use?
So we have to stick to public domain. But as far as genres, I'm pretty open. I know there's a kind of love, like especially our very female audience, there's a love of the like gentle romance, like the Bronte sisters and Austen and stuff like that. But those have been so covered by other content creators that I would like to steer away and do things that maybe people haven't read or haven't heard of, and encourage you guys to read along with us. I love sea literature. I don't know if like is that a genre, but like the Atlantic is a really fascinating like source of mythology for a lot of literature. So that might be fun. I don't know how we would do it, but something swashbuckly would be neat.
Well, I mean, she's not gonna Well, maybe she is. Maybe she's gonna go on a cruise and make a vlog about it. That feels like.
Yes, send me on a cruise.
I have to launch a new crowdfunding campaign.
Or get Princess Cruises to sponsor it.
What would you
Or
want
it could
to
just
do?
be canoeing down. I don't know.
Canoeing down a river.
Terrible LA river.
Well, I mean, this is like road trip movies and those sorts of things are kind of cool. So maybe we could do like around the world in 80 days.
That would be fun.
Oh, that'd be really fun.
I don't know. It'd be like around campus in 80 minutes or something. I don't know.
That'd be an episode.
Yeah, that'd be one episode. Well, I mean, it'd be fun to try science fiction. I have no idea how we do
I
it.
agree.
Or I don't know what fantasy book would make sense, but I mean, those are difficult genres to find a story and maybe try it.
I don't know what. I mean, to be fair, YouTube space is so like, I don't know. We can kind of do whatever.
We'll do whatever we want to.
And if you guys hate it, we'll find out.
Yeah, that's true.
You think we would be staying away from things like Shakespeare?
Heck no.
Oh, hang on. Here's a question. Would we do a horror? Would we do like
Yeah.
some Poe?
I would love to. Actually, Poe is
That'd be
definitely
awesome.
like top of my list. But when we were picking the next book, I think if you remember this on set, we were like talking about what the next book might be, and everyone was like Poe, and then we were all like, wait, because Iron Punishment was such a downer. We wanted something a little bit later. So Poe maybe in the future, like maybe around Halloween, if we can get that far. We're like,
Yeah. Didn't you make a Telltale Heart reference on set like
Yeah.
a few times?
boy, did I.
Did you ever?
A kind of related question I'm going to pull that came in from the YouTube comments from user 101 Jackie was asking, would you ever do a classic love story in the near future, or would you think that would be something that would be kind of farther along? So that's kind of in the same genre stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to like anything really, except maybe like I don't know.
Well, I mean, I haven't read Pygmalion since 10th grade, and I got a D on the test. But
That's a love story.
it is a love story, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm clearly not an Alice type character then.
What? I'm sorry.
So clearly you're not like Alice then, with her perfect grades.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh was
No,
not-
it was like that was such an anomaly, though. It was probably the only time I got a grade that low in my entire academic career.
But to answer the question, yeah, absolutely, we do a love story. I think if the question, and I think I see where the question is going, and I think it's would the love story involve Alice and Andrew romantically? I think that is going to be something that we either look at or examine down the line. Like certainly we wouldn't play that card right away. Or I don't know. It really, like, I haven't written the second season yet at this point. So when I sit down to write, and I actually wrote for Drunk Austin, I wrote a blog post for her, so that'll go up tomorrow. But and I talk about this more. But my writing process is like a lot of like I'll map the stuff out where I think it should go, and then I sit at my computer and I like act it out, and then type what I say, and then I'm like blah, 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 and then I type it again. So sometimes it just goes, and I'm nowhere where I thought I would be. So who knows?
I think it'd be fun to introduce a romantic character that isn't Andrew and have to have him deal with it, and maybe step up to the plate or get scared and walk away.
I agree. I think that's.
Or the angst.
It's gonna be No, it's not.
Or we can introduce Brat the frat boy.
Rat.
Brat. Yep.
Oh, I have a question for you. Who the hell is Marcus?
Good question. So in what episode was that? It was like the third.
Second, probably.
No, the third.
Yeah,
The third
She gets the
episode.
test, that's right.
She gets the test and like runs into the room. And she's like, I got him. And Andrew says, you gotta give those to Marcus. And she's like, I don't know who that is. And he goes, forget it. Don't worry about it. And Stephanie, I don't know how to say her last name.
B.
The B. Yeah.
My name twin.
Your Giffer.
She was like, who's Marcus? She'd asked who's Marcus, and I thought it was so funny. I was just like, make it a thing. Make that.
I know. I got Marcus in as a result in that quiz. I was like, who the hell is he?
Well, like, nobody knows who he is at this point, and I thought it was just funny that we had this like
Well, that's a fun one.
nebulous character.
Well, we should put him in
Right,
the next.
right. So the next season,
Maybe he's the love interest.
Maybe. He's definitely a bad boy. He's definitely.
He's gonna take those tests and spread them.
Yeah, he's the
gossipy bad boy.
He's the guy that gets you things. He's not trustworthy. Yeah. like the wolf from Pulp Fiction.
We had, I'm going to ask this question now because it's a good tie-in, and then we're going to bring in another guest. Miss Claudier on Twitter asked if we're going to see any new characters in Book 2, if it's funded. Do you have, there's the Marcus, maybe not, but do you have anybody already planned as a new character?
Yeah, I do. You'll definitely see new characters. Yeah.
Can you tease us with that at all? I do.
Can I?
I mean, you don't have to like tell us who they are, but give us a broad.
I think
idea.
you're gonna get like a swath of characters. I have some. It would be like a quick, like you would have little quick one-offs with some of them. Just people who you know from your college experience, and then I would love to try to bring in a family member for Alice. So I kind of have that floating around.
That's interesting.
Cool. Well, I think we're going to bring in Catherine now, who has a question.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello, Catherine.
Yo.
Well, hold on. Did you
Catherine looks like a mess.
Never mind. Catherine. You had your chance.
A common theme today.
We'll figure that out.
That's a pretty.
bear with us as we make Google Plus work again?
Is that your
Here we go.
There we go.
Your name is Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi. I was just wondering how you plan on reaching out to a wider audience base. Right now I kind of feel like we're a close-knit family, but I know for you guys it's best if you spread the love.
Let our producer answer that.
That is a good question, and honestly something that we've kind of struggled with. Joining Maker, becoming part of the RPM network, that was one step toward that. And really just having this a crowd base, sharing it, and having this crowdfunding campaign has, I think, helped expand the audience a little bit. Especially, I think we've seen growth since the last episode
Huge
aired.
growth.
Yeah.
We went. I think it was like 600 new subscribers in less than like 4 days.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's a lot of that, and then now that we're starting to get a little bit bigger, possibly reaching back out to if we can get some more coverage. We're starting to get that this week. If we end up getting any brand sponsorships, if they've got larger fan bases, that might help. I mean, there's being independent like this. It's a hard question to answer because it's not like, I'm going to call Joe up and he'll put us in, the Hollywood Reporter.
Something else that I think will definitely help too is in the next season, introducing these new characters. We're all fairly connected to YouTubers, to people who, this whole new media community is very tiny in LA, and everybody knows everybody else. So hopefully I can call on like some of my personal friends or mutual friends of ours and be like, hey, do you want to be in this? And they'll pop in for a minute or two, and that will bring their fans in, and at least look at that. We've connected with Strawberry 17 this week. We've got a couple of irons in the fire. It's about like using your network to tap into stuff and give. What? I'm sorry.
I said tap those assets.
Right. Yeah, and these 6 were, they were 33 pages, which is a pilot. So these 6 were, if you think about a traditional TV model, sorry to get all Los Angeles on you, but if you think in a traditional TV model, we're just showing you what we can do. Now it's kind of like, do people want us to keep going? Is there an audience? Is there somebody behind us that we can go, here's what we did with nothing. Why don't you help us do more? So the more people we hit, the more people we bring in, the more the more advertisers or whatever, if I'm going with the TV model, the more they will sit up and kind of go, oh, this is a thing. And we're at this weird place right now where new media is a thing. It's not really ignored the way that it had been the past couple of years, but it's not quite there yet. So it's this odd limbo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you guys planning on going to VidCon? Because I think that'd be a great opportunity to reach out to everyone.
We would love to. It's like $1,000 for a booth, so it's a little pricey. Yeah. It's also right in the middle of a family vacation that my dad asked me to go on. So I'm kind of like, if we have a spare $1,000, yeah, we'll go. Yeah.
If you have to go on your vacation and you want to pay for my booth.
I'm just gonna Kate cardboard cutout
Yeah.
and put like a microphone behind
It'll be this.
Yeah, it will be.
Well, no, we'll get a couple of iPads with FaceTime.
There you go.
So I'll be on vacation FaceTiming.
That won't be weird.
My dad, he'll text. My dad likes to text me from like across the room, so he'll text me and be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Go hang out with your mother."
But that's handed out flyers.
I think that's like $500.
Even if you can't get a booth, though, if like one of you can just
Go.
get a ticket and just like pass out cards,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
network.
we would definitely like to go. It's a budget thing, so we've been very aware of that cost for a couple of months now. I've been like spitballing it.
Yeah.
And we've got at least a couple of us going to WonderCon this weekend
Right.
too, and I mean we don't have any like organized plans, but I mean just being there and communicating with people that could help.
I also have fun tweeting at like random people that have hashtags that I think would like us, like the Smart Girls hashtag.
Totally legit.
I've been tweeting at libraries lately. The LA Public Library is now, which is kind of awesome.
Reading Rainbow Fellows.
Reading Rainbow Fellows. So yeah, I'm like going beyond. Okay, who do I know? To you look like you might like us, and if not, it's just being.
I mean, that's like a way to use social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of fun doing that.
Are you allowed to tweet celebrities? Can we do that?
Are you allowed to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you allowed? No. You may not tweet them unless they tweet you first.
I was gonna say.
No, you can tweet.
I want to tweet like Miss community and awesome. You? I kind of look Indian. Let's do this.
Okay. Oh, one other piece of the puzzle is we are up for a Geeky Award.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And depending on
We
how
are
well
pretty
we do with
geeky,
that could,
Geeky.
that could be a huge boost to
Yeah.
our fan base.
That'd
When
be
is that?
Soon.
How do we win that? What do we like?
How do we win that?
Yeah.
We murder everyone else.
Hunger Games. I like it.
What did you learn from this season?
So kind of budgeting question, what does the future look like? Let's say hypothetically we're $2,000 away now from the Kickstarter. We got a little more than 48 hours, 50 hours, somewhere in there.
Yep.
What are, I know we are all rooting for that last $2,000 to come in. But do you guys have like backup plans for other ways to get funding? Like or is it just going to be, well?
The Kickstarter is a really important piece of the puzzle. So if we don't get that, odds are our other funding plans will fall through.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just like, oh, we didn't get that, so we'll just downscale. It's like if you don't get that, they don't have faith that you can like continue. So
yeah,
it may be a back burner thing. I don't know. I don't really want to like predict doom.
Yeah.
Because it's a bummer.
Optimistic, sure.
Right. I need to be optimistic. We've done so well in 4 days. Like I got home from the stables this weekend and just like if you tweeted at me while I was riding, I couldn't even respond to it because it was just thousands of Twitter messages, and I was like, can't.
That's awesome.
So we've really blown up, and I know that it seems like, oh my God, $2,000, that's so far away, but we've been consistently making about $1,000 a day.
Yeah, I mean, most of that money is coming last week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We just got another backer, like just now, popped up.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're
and
definitely.
if you're watching, hey, we will put out, Rachel, can you go put out the Kickstarter and the YouTube comments? maybe tweet it again just to remind people be watching that, hey, you can go back right now and get, $1, $5, $50 closer.
Point where we have so many backers, if you guys actually bump, I've been doing the math all day, if you guys bump your donation by like $10, we'll make it, if everyone did it. Which is not to say that you should or you have to or whatever, but that's kind of the place where we are. It's just so close.
Breaking distance.
And if we get to the $7,000 mark tonight while we're on the live stream, I volunteer Josh to jig right here in front of the camera.
That is called throwing your seat.
I just missed it.
I volunteered Cody to take his shirt off when he gets there.
I definitely hope that you're talking about that, Josh.
Another $1,000 in this hour. Yeah, that's fine.
Kate and I already danced for this, so I think
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
It was like a poetic ballet.
Okay.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, are you talking to Josh now?
I don't know who I'm talking to.
Does somebody have a question?
I really hope that when you're saying Josh should do a jig, you're talking about that Josh, and not me.
If you want to do it,
if you want to do it too, we can volunteer you also.
We can do it together.
You know what? Straight up, yeah. If they reach 7,000, I'll do a jig with Josh.
It's gonna be a Josh party tonight.
Ooh, we have people imagining you guys, or sorry, Alice, Andrew, and Kara doing "I'm on a Boat" parody. So,
you guys, I have a confession. I've never seen this.
you haven't seen "I'm on a Boat"? I guess must be fluffy.
So
we can make it happen.
But we can do it.
I'll go to the Queen Mary or something.
Do like shot for shot. Yeah. We'll build a cardboard boat for you guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like we're so close. It's sort of like we'll do whatever you want.
Well, I can get us on a submarine in San Diego.
I don't know. I see Andrew as more of a gift in a box type of guy.
No.
We
want to go after it.
She knows what that one is.
My ex made me watch that. Thanks.
Next question.
Yeah, guys, where's the next question? We've got
Next question. We're going to Danny.
Hello.
Hi, Danny. Hey, Danny.
Hi.
Hi, Danny.
Oh, look at your penguin.
It's a very colorful room.
Colorful. What's up?
Okay. Are you going to include any children's books, and if so, are there any you're really excited about possibly using?
I would totally consider Winnie the Pooh. Because it's not just. I don't know if you've ever read it. It's not quite tongue in cheek, but there's a lot of little winks, and it's very sweet. So I would consider Winnie the Pooh, I think. And so nothing's off limits. Children's lit, absolutely. And I am so open to you guys tweeting ideas at me or whatever. That's what the email is there for. That's what the Twitter is there for. It's for you to oh, wouldn't it be fun if we did blah? And I can't guarantee that we will do whatever, but it would be by all means, throw your suggestions out there and get other people to talk about it with you. That's what a book club is. It's pitching these books that you know and love and getting other people to know and love them too. That's why we built this little community for everybody, and hopefully you guys take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I
love that.
I've got an idea. I don't remember reading this book, though. I know I've read it. I don't remember if it would work for us or what it's about.
What is it?
Wind in the Willows? Could we do Wind in the Willows?
Oh, yeah.
I still have that.
Channel stuck in my head. Or Frog and Toad. Does anybody remember Frog and Toad with the ice cream?
Yes, I do. Or
my life.
Yeah, that would be very cute.
What about
a
Peter
motor
Pan?
car? That's for the where he drives the motor car.
Yeah.
Into Toad Hall.
There's a. Yeah. Although I could totally see Alice making Andrew walk the plank out her dorm window.
So you just want to do
it's just vengeance. Just a vengeance book. Cute. Yeah, definitely. Good idea. Children's lit. Very sweet.
Thank you.
Start writing these ideas down.
Yeah, guys.
I am
Sorry.
Got a notepad. Well, I want to ask, we've had a few questions in, kind of about just behind the scenes of filming. Somebody wanted to know, like, did you film it all in one go, across several days? What was kind of the total production time, and just what was the filming process like?
Sure.
It was 6 months of grueling production.
It was like walking through a Russian winter.
I mean, Jesus, you guys.
It was like, yeah, half a year easily, and just bitter cold. No.
Uphill both ways in the
Yeah,
snow, barefoot.
My foot's asleep. Okay. It was, yeah, we did it all at once. It was only 6 episodes, and to be fair, it's basically one shot. It's pretty easy to do. So even though it's 35-ish pages, we did it in one weekend. So we just, I just scheduled it out. What I thought was the most efficient way to knock everything out. Also, we had to deal with a couple of scheduling issues with our actors. So.
We did it in my house.
Yeah, we shot at Pizza Party.
And my cats threw up the next 2 days out of just spite. They were just like, "Fuck you!" and threw up everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Production was actually.
It was a lot more fun than they're making it.
It was
back.
super fun. It was a blast.
It was actually like I finished. My friend Ariel, who I hope maybe next season. Yeah, I would like her to be in it. She like came over and hung out because I was like, I feel very lonely right now. Can you just like come sit with me? And I didn't want it to end. And I usually, when I wrap a project, most of the time I'm like, all right, cool, done. But every now and then there's a character that I'm like, no, I want more of that one. And this was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a small crew. There were like, I don't know, 10 of us maybe working on it. And we got along really well. We had a lot of fun on set. The days were not super duper long. We shot about 10 hours each day.
We actually wrapped early both days.
Yeah, well, I mean, we said, if we need 12 hours, we'll use 12 hours, but it's relatively easy to do, and we took our time, and we just made sure that we were,
that
enjoying
last
ourselves.
scene, we had like, how many takes did we do of that the fight?
I don't know, lots.
A lot. We did
Lots.
so many.
Well, we did
I
lots
kept
of takes.
making.
We did more takes of everything than I expected, but it was fine. Yeah. It's tough. You guys have monologues, basically.
Yeah, we had, just sheets and I wish I had brought a...
Oh, I have a script.
Oh, you do?
You want to see it?
Yeah,
I'll have my script.
We'll show you the script. But it's just pages of monologues that I wrote for myself like an idiot. Ugh. So Josh, actually, I'll tell you how we shot it because it's like so much to memorize. So I was in front of a desk, and we had a music stand right next to me. And so we would put the script on the music stand, and I would be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, damn it, I forget my line. And then I would pull the script, and I would look at it, and then I would just keep going. So it would just be one take. But so let's see.
Yeah, I find a big chunk.
Oh, they're all big chunks.
That's
Yeah. Can you guys see this? Like,
probably too close.
I mean, you don't need to read. You just need to see the fact that there are, like, giant monologues. I want to break it up, too, with, like, some stage directions. Like, this is all Alex. All of this.
Doesn't really
Well, that's kind of how vlogging goes, is it's just one person.
And, yeah, absolutely. But, like, when you're memorizing all of that, it's very tough. And the stage directions were more for me as the actor to be like, okay, so I need to know this little bit, and then this little bit, and then this little bit.
The schedule on the back.
Oh.
So we actually, some of the episodes, even though some of the episodes were split in half, weirdly. I don't remember why we did that, but it made sense at the time. And, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's Tony's fault. Hi, Catherine. You're back on our screen.
Catherine Hilliard doing a dance. What?
All right, I think we're bringing in another person here in just a second.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. Should I just keep singing in the meantime?
Just keep singing. No, here we go. Elias?
I'm going to tag it out.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Is it Elias? Is that how you pronounce it?
I pronounce it Elias, but
Elias.
You use?
All right. Hi, Elias.
I call him Bob. That's how I pronounce it.
Bob works too. I've been called worse.
Oh, no, where'd
Where'd
he
he
go?
go? Calling him Bob.
What's your question, friendo?
My question is, will we ever see any scenes that are outside of Alice's dorm, or is that sort of a budget thing?
Every one of us hope so. Every single one of us. Well, I mean, you get Andrew's dorm room. That's not enough for you.
And sometimes the door opens behind her and you can see something back there.
It's white.
It's a wall of some sort.
Yeah, we would love to do that. The thing with shooting in LA is that we run into permit issues, and then that means you have to also have insurance, which costs money, and you also have to have, like, you have to rent a space, which costs, like, there's all of these things that just cost more and more and more and more. So keeping it small and contained, at least for the initial, you know, I don't know, not year, but like until we've got a good clip going and we're earning money off the videos themselves, it's better to do it as well as you can, because expanding means that you're dishing out money that you could be spending elsewhere.
Yeah, we also have, I mean, we know that we have complete control over your apartment, so there's not a lot of fear of.
Well, I have cats.
except for the tenants. We're not too concerned about like noisy neighbors. We're not concerned about like helicopters, and we know, like, we just know the environment that we're working in. We know that people aren't going to be interrupting us constantly. So.
I think that's something you and I talked about. I would love to do, like, maybe they're outside just on a campus, because we can get away with some guerrilla shooting where you just like go shoot something really fast and you're like, good, brilliant, and then you fold.
So we may, I mean, I think with the money, if we're able to raise it, if we get to the second season, then we'll probably be able to expand the world somewhat.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna go to like, we're probably not gonna go to the lecture hall at a university.
We did have a dining hall for one of the like
prequel
episodes, and a library. We were in a library and the dining hall. So you know, there's a little hint that we're not in one room.
Yeah, we'll try to expand it as much as we can. We want to.
It really does depend on the budget. You know,
and I originally wrote it as a mockumentary, so it wasn't even a vlog. It was like an Abed. Yeah, it was like an Abed from Community character following her around. So completely different. There was no Andrew. It was totally different. And there was a snarky professor who gave her her grade and like kicked the Abed character. His name was Sankit. They kicked Sankit out and like yelled at him and stuff. And yeah. Sometimes you just have to kill your beautiful work.
Ooh. Change, not kill.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we did see outside the room were the 2 prequel vlogs. What was the inspiration behind those?
Rami.
Really?
Yeah. I was talking to her and I was like, what do you think people would like to see in the weeks leading up to it? Because we aren't Pemberley Digital. We don't have this huge base. I had a few fans from a series I did called Kate and Joe Just Want to Have Sex. Totally PG-13. It's fine. You can watch it. But I didn't have, you know, that huge fan base. So I was like, what can we do to kind of hint at these 2 people? And she was like, well, what if you do like little prequels? And and I thought, oh, that sounds like a fun, very easy idea. So I took Tony to lunch and we shot those 2 things pretty quickly.
Yeah, I thought those were so perfect and so great for the world building to make Kate and Andrew feel like real people, because that's something, you know, like when I first started vlogging, which I don't do anymore because I'm awful at it, but it was a very much like I had one random video like, oh, maybe I'll do this more, and so it made her feel more authentic as a person.
Yeah, thank you.
They're fun to shoot too because they're improv, so.
Yeah. So actually, all of the Kickstarter videos, the little extras, those are all, like, I was like, just do whatever you think you would do.
Yeah.
She tried to write a script, walked in, and literally threw it away, basically.
He's just the worst.
Maybe we should have used it.
Were those prequels filmed on your actual phone, too? Because I could tell, like, the quality was more gritty, real.
The first 2, the prequels, were shot on this fine phone you see before you. This one right here. Then the 3 Kickstarter perks were shot on Aaron's camera, which is something.
It's a Nikon DSLR.
And then the cat video is just going to be shot on this with maybe a tripod and just blind hope.
Oh yes, tell them more about the cat videos. The cat videos that's coming up.
Classic Meowis.
Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. And you're gonna have so many scratches.
They're alright. They're usually pretty good.
I don't know. I met them.
Well, I won't use Shenka.
I'm not a
How
good
many
cat.
cats do you have, Kate?
Too many. 4.
And they're called really weird names, aren't
What
they?
what are their names?
You have cool names. Okay, so Dmitri and Shenka are from the brothers Karamazov. It's Dostoevsky again. And then Pepin and Lothar were Charlemagne's grandsons. Nerdy.
She's nerdy.
You're so nerdy, her cats are nerdy.
Yeah.
My ex told me not to name them anything nerdy, and I was like, no problem.
I can do that. I mean, my cat's name is Neville. You gotta go with what you love.
That's cute.
That's very cute. My parents' cats, when I named them, we named them after Led Zeppelin, so they were Asian plant. Thought that was pretty cool.
That is
Does
pretty
that
cool.
does that
That's
help?
the opposite of your cats, yes.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
yeah.
my parents have
I mean, I
always-
wouldn't want to be around those cats any more than your cats, but I think it's cool.
He's really allergic. He doesn't
I'm
hate
pretty
cats.
allergic.
He's just allergic.
And here growing up, I had a cat named Puff. Puff the Magic Kitty.
That's cute.
My parents always had really strong male names for their dogs, like Attila and Sundance after the
Film
Robert.
festival? Oh.
Yeah, like the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
And then Boomer Esiason and Zorro.
Aww.
I had
Different directions.
a gerbil named Sonic because he was real fast, and then my next pet was a hedgehog, and I named it Yona
Because you already had Sonic out.
because I already used Sonic.
Oh.
But Yona is the rabbit word for
This is so
hedgehog in Watership Down.
off topic.
Nerd.
That's it's just about everything about you, not just about the show.
Well.
What do you have to tell us?
Well, I like walks off short piers.
Mmm. We talked for dinner tonight.
Me too.
Off of Chelsea or
It's like Baba Ganoush.
What?
It's Baba Ganoush.
he said he liked walks on short piers, and I said off of the pier or
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Doing mute. Rachel is in all you guys.
What?
You just had a really funny facial expression when it flipped back to you for a second.
Oh.
Sorry,
I
I didn't
don't
mean to
know why. I was actually listening.
She wasn't.
She was into it.
I'm having like. I'm blushing for you, Rachel.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm in Hangouts quite a bit. This is just what happens.
Awesome.
This is my first hangout, actually.
Me too.
I usually hang out. I usually cavort.
I'm usually in go-to meetings.
We're like a bunch of Luddites over here.
Alright.
Well, since we're kind of gearing into slightly off-topic-y questions, I have a few kind of just general questions that we got in from people. Stephanie, and I'm not even going to attempt her last name. This was a pre-sent question. Wanted to know if is that your friend? Anyway, she wants to know.
Stephanie's kind of awesome because she's like pretty much gift every episode.
Well, great.
Yeah, she has. That was amazing.
Like every single minute.
So she wants to know what your top 3 favorite books and or authors are. So we can just go down the line.
Oh man, I have to start. Okay. Well, my favorite author is
Top 3, jeez.
I know John Irving, and I actually just read A Widow for 1 Year. That was really good. But my favorite book by him is Hotel New Hampshire. Man, I really like. I grew up reading like C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia stuff.
Good.
In the nonfiction world, I really like Krakauer. These are all really like modern people. I don't read a lot of old stuff. To my, not benefit.
Choice to be
Right. But yeah, I don't know. Those are some of my favorite authors I can think of. They're fairly contemporary, and yeah, I love Hotel New Hampshire. I love Harry Potter.
Yes, I love Harry Potter.
Well, but they're all one story. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another book. All my books are like on that bookshelf right there, but I can't see them because they're facing away from me. If I think of something else, I'll say, "Oh, Calvin and Hobbes." Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
I have the collection on.
Solid answer.
Yeah. All right, that's why. Yeah.
So my favorite book is Lolita. And I guess my favorite author is Nabokov, since that's my favorite book. And Poe. I really like Poe a lot. He's just so brilliant. So I read these like amazing artistic writings and then try to write myself, and I'm like, nope, that's garbage. Just stop. What are you doing? She wanted 3. I don't know. This is a lot, Stephanie.
She reads a lot, so that's hard for her. It's like, yeah, her house is covered in books.
Yeah,
in a good way. It's cool.
I don't know.
What was your favorite book as a kid?
As a kid, I loved this book called Indian Captive. It was about this girl. This was a real. Oh, yay! That's so funny. I say it and no one ever knows, but I loved it. She's this. Her name's Mary Jameson, and she was captured by Native Americans, and it's about like her growing up. And the real woman chooses to stay with the Native Americans when she's rescued. She's like, nah, I'm good. Peace. See ya. And she like got married and was happy and well, it was kind of cool. All right, your turn.
My turn. I feel like my favorite books probably are all also from when I was younger, just because they meant a lot more, and I would like read them over and over again. Matilda, I loved Matilda. That one I really, really identified with. Anything by Ronald Dahl.
I wrote him a letter in 3rd grade, and I got a letter back that said that he had died.
Your letter killed him!
Why would they even...
You killed him with your letter.
Oh, man.
I hope that's all it said. It was like...
It was just a black...
Your hero is dead.
Just the
murderer.
box.
The power of your words killed him.
That is framed on the wall.
It's somewhere. It's probably somewhere with my letter from Bill Clinton from that time I gave him $5 to fix healthcare.
He gave them back.
He has to give donations. That's funny.
All right. So anyway, Matilda. I loved a book series called The Indian in the Cupboard. I love that. I also read all the C.S. Lewis, like religiously.
Memory lane.
Yeah, I know, it's memory lane. More recent stuff that I actually finally read Pride and Prejudice, and I loved it because I think I've almost like broken that DVD because I've watched the movie so many times. And like all of the different versions.
All of them?
What's that?
I was going to say which version of Pride and Prejudice?
The one that I watched most often is the what's her name?
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley version.
So like the brief abridged version.
Exactly, yeah. So, and I watched the BBC special, and it's great, but it's a little harder to like have on in the background all the time because it is so much longer. So that, and then I read this book that's actually a memoir called Rocket Boys. It's really good. It's about a kid growing up in coal country in West Virginia wanting to build rocket ships.
Oh, is that? Did they turn that into October Sky? Is that the book that's based on?
Yeah, I think Jake Gyllenhaal was in it.
Yeah, October Sky.
I love that movie.
That's great.
Yeah, I like the movie a lot.
My 3, I don't get a chance to read a lot of books anymore. I'm mostly reading like periodicals and whatnot, but I do have some from when I was younger, and you'll get a good idea of who I am by these. My favorite book is actually called The Time Patrol by Paul Anderson. And imagine the movie Time Cop, but 100 times better. And
I can't. I won't.
You know they're actually rebooting that movie?
I've never seen Time Cop. I don't know.
Oh man. But yeah, no. The premise of the Time Patrol is that in our far future we invent time travel, and it's mostly for scientific reasons to go investigate, and then certain people decide to diverge off and try and change history and to their advantage, but they also say, okay, there's none of that, like go and kill your grandfather and create a paradox thing. But it was a lot of fun. I read that when I was in high school. I'd actually love to get the rights to that. I think done right, it actually could have an audience. The next one would actually be Arthur C. Clarke's Rama series.
Rama?
Rama. R-A-M-A. Rendezvous with Rama. There's like 4 books in the series. The first 2 were really the best. I know Morgan Freeman's company had an option on that a while ago. And then since Josh said Calvin and Hobbes, I'm actually going to say the Death of Superman graphic novel. That was actually what got me into comics.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Calvin and Hobbes.
Awesome. I like it. I like all the varied answers.
Yeah, very different, guys.
Yeah, I am completely nuts. Sci-fi and superheroes over here.
Yeah, I like sci-fi. I like seeing it though because it can be like so magical when they manage to. I don't know. It just seems very like, whoa, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Like Battlestar is awesome.
Battlestar is awesome, and they're gonna make a movie of it. Maybe it could happen.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
It's a complete reboot again.
Right. Of course.
You know.
It'll suck. It's not gonna be as good as the show.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So the end they were like,
Anyway.
oh, this is such a big deal. This is such a big deal, and like 2 people die. Yeah.
I didn't love the end of it either. It was a good show.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to do a little housekeeping reminder again for any new viewers that we might have. Remind that you can come into the Hangout if you don't mind showing your lovely face and join us in our conversation. If you want to do that, just tweet at the Seahorses or just tweet using the hashtag ClassicAlice. You will need to follow the Seahorses account, but if you're not following, they can reply to you and tell you that. And then we'll DM you a link to be able to come in and join us. Also, on the Seahorses account, on the Classic Alice Code account, there are links to the Kickstarter, so don't forget that you can go over there and donate some money if you haven't already so that we can get these people funded for the next book so that we can keep seeing their lovely faces on the YouTubes.
You guys made scones.
Scones!
Scones on.
No evidence that this ever happened.
This is enormous. Look at this scone, you guys.
What kind of scone?
Oh, so you wanted me to eat it.
I wanted you to do this. And I thought that would be really good. Yeah.
This is amazing.
As well as Fritzy, I need to ask, scone or scone?
What?
Scone or scone?
Scone.
Scone?
I just like the way you said scone. I thought about saying that.
Is that how I say it? Don't give me that.
Wait, Raymond, do you say scone?
I say scone, yeah.
I know that you are the most British here, maybe, but I think that's wrong.
It's another alternate version.
Clean.
John and Danny.
Scone? Let me start saying that now.
When, like, Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not tasted it, but it's good.
This is a trip around the world with Josh.
It's not good of a scone.
Raimi, is it like tomato, where there's just like 2 different pronunciations of it?
Yeah, it depends on where you are based in the UK, I think, as well. Like, some people down here in London say scone. Some people, I don't know, Danny and John are up north, so I don't know how they say it. But
We both say scone.
yeah, see? See? I'm right.
You learn new things every day.
A scone.
A scone?
It's a scone.
You guys were
and Allianz
just mocking our fans. This is awful.
It's one of those words that is annoying because I hear it and I think it's spelled said wrongly.
Now you're going Scottish.
I'm trying to get to Scottish.
This
It's
is
not there yet.
ridiculous.
It's not weird and it's my fault. Sorry, guys.
It's alright.
That's okay.
Aaron, you lost control of this.
I'm sorry. I just let it all derail. I've been out of practice. Bringing us back in, we just had a Twitter question wondering what was Alice's thought process behind videotaping her entire crime? That anybody are her videos like in world? Like, could her school just go find them and see her?
Yeah. And we actually had that question. Sorry, we had that question on YouTube, and I was like, shut up. Yeah. Ridiculous. Absolutely, they're in world. She could have been found, totally could have been caught. We're going with the videos just hadn't really been found, like nobody's discovered them, they weren't a big deal. So her school didn't really know, like, because YouTube's huge, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to just stumble on.
Small audience, and like millions of views.
So admittedly,
Andrew's project for his like filmmaking class.
But yeah. It's all right. So her thought process, as far as that goes, was she was trying. I mean, she was so rattled by that test, so she's just trying to shape, get back into like a place where she's getting A+ all the time and rock that situation back. She wasn't thinking, and we all make dumb mistakes like that. We all post things that maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is definitely like I think it's a very modern problem that you don't really think about what you're sending out into the universe and the ramifications of what it could be it a stupid picture that you thought you looked hot, that you thought you'd look hot in, or you called in sick to work and then you took a picture of yourself at the beach, or
I thought very carefully about those times.
I mean, you have to, and you're clearly like really like amazing at social media and stuff like that, but I don't think Alice is necessarily.
And I also think they're not 30. They haven't had the benefit of living a life and going, oh, this is a dumb decision. They're in their early 20s. They're going to make stupid choices. And I hope that the audience is okay with some stupid choices, because that's what drama is.
Yeah. Not guns.
No.
And there's always that fine line in world, but also needing to tell your story. That's kind of the balance.
Yeah.
Of the storytelling. And
I understand probably like, what? And she says in there, she says when she's having her freak out, she's like, I mean, what? But it's kind of too late at that point. So I didn't realize quite how stupid this would be.
Well, she also didn't know what she was going to do when she started it, too, and then she was committed to
and she didn't know the
through on this
book.
project. Yeah,
Right,
she didn't know what she was going to do in the book, right.
And it's murder. She decided that's not a good idea.
I still feel like that was the wrong choice. So just like right off the bat, she's
murder.
making wrong choices. Why?
If she did murder someone, who would it have been?
Gentry.
No.
Who is it? Who did they kill in the
They
book?
killed an old lady's the pawnbroker. I think she's also a landlord.
Oh, so probably like the person that runs the campus bookstore or something.
No,
that's a
person. It would be like,
books.
I don't know, the cleaning lady at the ladies that yell at you in the dining hall when you leave with food. That person. That's who it would be.
Ready for this one? That's classist, Alice.
Oh.
You're welcome.
But
I thought it was good.
So I have a question.
Wait, what?
I have a question that I thought of as we're going down this line of thinking. What if you were going to commit a crime for just the act of getting the rush of doing something that you knew was illegal? What would you choose? What would you do? What would be your act of rebellion?
She's nervous just thinking about it.
Well, listen, I'll start with one of my, or you can tell an act of rebellion that you have done in the past. It's like when you said skipping work,
Mine's
calling out sick. I've done that. I called out sick from work once and flew to LA. I was living in Nashville. I can say this now because I don't work there anymore. I was living in Nashville, working in Nashville. Flew to LA, spur of the moment. Called out sick to work like twice that weekend, and I was actually in LA.
Oh my god!
I did have a question actually from New York to LA.
I've never done anything like that. When I was in college, it was like my first year, second year, I forget, but it was really early. I don't think I was of age. I don't know how I did it. I got my belly button pierced.
Whoa!
What? The craziest thing I've ever done.
Your parents' permission?
What?
Without your parents' permission, or did they know?
No. I did it. I think I told him I was 18 because, I mean, I was at university, like I was in college, so I was living away. And I was like, yeah. So they pierced my belly button, and immediately, so racked with guilt, I took it out. immediately. Like, you couldn't handle it. It was
Where's
a
that
poor
money
revenge.
away?
That was a pretty bad revenge.
I'm not good
What's
at
yours?
rebelling.
Well, I mean, when I was a child, we're talking like 4, I stole a pack of gum. My mom caught me and made me for it.
Yeah.
No, I drove like a maniac when I was in high school. There's a picture on Facebook of me hitting like 110 in my Grand Am.
They can do that.
And we used to throw stuff out of the car. Like with my friends and I took road trip, we drank so much IBC root beer, and we had all these like bottles of root beer, and we threw them out of the car and tried to shatter them on the highway. Yeah.
So you're great. Littering.
Pretty much. I've done some other things that
All right.
I wouldn't actually say on here. But yeah.
Mine's a little more high stakes. I was the youngest one in my grade because my parents started me in school early because they didn't want to deal with me anymore because I was rambunctious. And so all my friends turned 21 way before I did. And as soon as my as soon as my last friend turned 21, I got this really bad fake ID. She was like 4 inches taller than me. I think she had blue eyes. And I went up to a bouncer, and he's like, if you can write your name, I'll let you in. And I spelled it wrong, so he took it away from me. And I just started laughing, and I was like, you win. That was smart.
I never had a fake ID. My parents worked for the government, so, like, I was a pretty good kid.
Yeah. I only had it for, like, I felt pretty guilty about it, but at the same time, like, I felt like I was missing out, so.
I did not have that feeling. I had dissertations.
Where did you?
I didn't.
Where did you grow up?
What's that?
Where were you from?
That was in Ithaca, in upstate New York.
Oh. You didn't really need fake IDs in Indiana.
I didn't need a fake ID. Like, I went out, I don't know how. I went out when I was underage in Boston.
Yeah, you guys were ballsier than I was then, because I didn't.
Well, no, I was with a bunch of girls who I guess were okay to go in, and they were just like, yeah, whatever, and like, I don't know. That was the only, I've gone clubbing twice. That was one of them. I stood in the corner and read a book. I do not like clubbing.
So you were Alice before you wrote Alice, like well before you wrote Alice. That's a classic Alice move. Did it again.
Yeah, we're about to be shown up by Aaron's.
Oh yeah.
Active
He's like
rebellion,
sitting
probably.
I'm stewing. Well, there was a time I killed a man just to watch him die.
I totally answered that in this interview for Drunk Austin. I said that.
Did you?
Damn it.
It's so original.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I think kind of like Josh, I think the worst thing I ever did was I was young. I remember being in some store, liking something, asking my parents for it. They said no, so I stole it. And they found it, made me return it and apologize. I didn't really do anything rebellious in high school. I didn't even have a curfew because my parents knew where I was with.
I would call home from like play rehearsal, and my mom would pick up and she'd be like, "Hello, Mom, where are you? You gotta pick me up." She'd be like, "Who's this?" Like, what? She was like, "What? You're not in your room?"
Your mom was like.
She forgot me at the airport once. She hates this story. She forgot me. I was coming home from school at like it was late, and I was at BWI and I was waiting. I'm waiting. And the cops are going home, and he's like, "Do you need a ride?" I said, "No, surely my family is coming to get me." And I'm waiting, and I'm picturing just like horrible things, like something has happened. So I finally call, and she picks up, and she's like, "Hello?" And I'm like, "Mom?" And she says, "Who's this?" I'm the only girl. I'm the only one. So I said, "Mom, it's Katie. I'm your only female child. What do you mean, who is this?" And she goes, "Katie, where are you? What's wrong?" I'm like, "Mom, I'm at the airport. Where's Dad?" Now thinking that my dad was picking me up. No. She goes, "He's next to me." I was like, oh my God, they forgot me.
I'm having fun reading everybody saying what they did. Apparently other Josh is way more badass than you because he stole a headset from his school once that cost
That's John. John, not Josh.
Oh, yeah, different person.
Oh, it's John. Sorry.
Yeah, they are kind of far away.
Ooh. I can't see it.
I know we've done other illegal things, but nothing's really.
Oh, I stole a jacket. Did I tell you this?
That's
No.
pretty bad.
That's in the
From
John
a
Boston
store?
Post. Yeah, I'll tell. It was an accident, and it brought me with guilt.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Mike's Hard Lemonade once when I was 17. That was pretty bad.
That was my first drink. Well, it was one of my first drinks too. Yeah.
Mine was wine.
I burped a lot. It wasn't great. Anyway, hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah, I just posted this in the chat, but I went to a history lesson drunk once when we had like an hour break. It was probably a bad idea, but it was the best history lesson I ever had.
Gordon. Oh no, they're breaking up. Come back.
Part of that broke up. We didn't hear it all.
I was gonna say I did nothing crazy in high school because I went to high school on a military base.
Oh yeah.
So,
You understand?
Yeah.
Where?
That I in Japan actually.
Okay, well I don't understand that part, but the military.
You went to military school in Japan?
Yeah, I went on the military base. There was like an American high school there. I went to that school. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I had friends that got friends who got drunk and got kicked off base and had to go home, like go back to the States. So I wasn't gonna try to do anything bad.
That's cool.
Yeah, I never doing anything in my house was like a federal problem, so I was like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, I've been kicked out of a billion places filming. We almost did it together.
I flirted my way out of it.
She produced her way out of
I
it.
produced my way.
Is that what you call it?
Was this for Classic Alex?
No, this is for we did the concession together, which was a short that I wrote with Brendan, who I want to bring on this. He breaks up with me, and instead of just being like, "Whoa," or okay, well, whatever, I deliver a concession speech to him.
It's pretty funny. I like.
And Josh shot that.
Yeah.
With me. It was very silly.
And we guerrilla shot it in a parking garage. And yeah.
And we almost got shut down.
Almost got shut down.
But then we did it.
You know, I actually, production related, I shot a few years ago. I was applying for the Ford Fiesta movement when they did Chapter 2, and instead of a talking head, "Hi, I'm Aaron, this is why you should pick me," I decided to make a short film. And I had an army with guns, and we had all these airsoft guns. And we were shooting in my office building, so I'm like, oh, we're completely fine.
Oh, that's scary.
But they could still kind of see through the windows a little bit. And when we've got an AR-15 and a big muscled black guy holding it across his chest, and the cops are sitting across the street just staring up at the window, we're like, yeah, they're going to come up here and say something. Luckily, they never did, but we were like, okay. So if they come up here, who talks to them?
The smallest girl.
And
The
that,
smallest girl.
and that is why film permitting exists, so that
Yeah.
people like him don't get shot by the police without asking. Yeah. Okay.
What else? What other
What was that?
questions? Maybe you should be here soon.
Yeah, you really ought to be.
That is
We're spilling
cool.
time for
Well-
these abs, aren't we?
Since we
Did
were
you
talking about
have
other
sense?
that you've worked
Uh,
with, kind of going
Other
in,
things we worked on.
yeah, so like going into background, like, you know, what's brought you each to this point? What kind of brought you guys kind of together as a team, and like what's kind of, you know, did you guys go into school for this? Was this something that you kind of got inspiration through just some side project, hobby? Like what's made you all kind of come to this point to want to pursue either the acting and writing or the directing, producing, etc.?
Go down the line again.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I've always been a storyteller. I used to write little stories when I was a kid. I used to tell my family ridiculous, goofy stories that had them cracking up.
Here it is.
Oh, yay! Tony's here!
So where do you want to
Yay!
sit?
Bum-ba-da-bum.
I think you should sit on the
Only
floor in
thing
front of
I think you need to sit on the floor.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Come here,
Is
buddy.
that all right? You can just sit
How's
there.
it work?
It was good.
Hey guys.
You're probably gonna have to be right in the
Yeah.
middle.
Hey, Andrew joining us now.
Can everyone see him? Is he in frame?
Like the rock star he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Sure.
Get smaller.
Get
Get
smaller?
smaller.
I
Make it a more
can't.
natural performance, Tony.
We'll let Tony introduce himself.
Yeah.
Welcome to Alice and I's relationship. She won't even let me call her Kate.
I stay in character these
Yeah. She's super good.
telling you about
Okay, so let's see. I mean, I went to school originally to study journalism because I thought that was the kind of story that I wanted to tell. And then a roommate asked me, since I'm such a movie buff, why don't I make movies? And I was like, well, I don't know how to make movies. Stop talking my story.
Sorry, incredibly distracting.
And then
I've heard that on Twitter.
whatever. I got convinced to like study filmmaking when I was an undergrad. I fell in love with it. It was my thing. And then I knew I wanted to continue, so I got into grad school at USC, which is like the best film school in the world. So I had to go there. Then I went there. We'll talk after. It's consistently ranked #1 on multiple lists. Anyway.
Oh, okay, that makes it official.
Yeah, it does.
What's wrong with you?
And I just feel that way about it.
Are you uncomfortable? Do you guys
And then, we can tell our origin story.
Oh, right, our origin story, like superheroes.
Yeah, so.
How did we meet? Oh, yes!
Superheroes.
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, okay, wait. So we met tangentially because you were in projects that my friends made, and then we met at a party, and it was a theme party.
I was dressed as Amy Pond as the Kissogram, and he was dressed as Mailman.
It was a superhero party.
Aww.
Or something.
Nerdy.
He was a TARDIS.
And there's a
I
picture
stood
of
next
it.
to it.
There's a picture of it.
Yeah, there's a photo on Facebook. I'll find it and I'll send it to you guys, or I'll post it for you guys. Yeah, so that's how we met, and then we were like, we should work together since obviously we were the two coolest people at this party.
Obviously.
And then we did.
Yeah, we just say our friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Debatable.
So let's
Lightning round. Lightning round. What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Oh, I just want to know, like, how many of you guys are just actually, are you like watching us and playing World of Warcraft at the same time, or how is this working?
Just antagonizing right from the top.
Well, I could play World of Warcraft if you wanted to, but
Yeah. Let's talk some WoW. Bring it up, man.
No, shut up.
Okay, what are we doing?
We're answering how you became involved in this.
And how did you become an actor also?
Why actor?
Okay, I'll answer the how I became an actor. When I was a freshman in high school, I got the flu and I was incredibly sick for a week during finals. No. I think I wrote this in my biography actually. And TNT was running a marathon of Braveheart, greatest movie ever. And I watched it about 16 times, and I decided that minute, right after I watched it the 16th time, and I was like, I'm gonna be an actor. And
Still have the hair on that?
yeah, and I kept my hair and I played with swords, and then one day, and then someone I work with at the sword studio called Swordplay LA, Ariel, she's another instructor, introduced me to Miss Hackett here. See, she won't let me call her Kate, so I have to find other ways to.
It's a respect thing, guys.
I suppose. So Miss Hackett had me over, and she opened up the door, and it was like the theme music changed in my head, and like the lights went dim, and she was half clothed, and she handed me a script, and she said, "I want you to read this as slowly and as sexually as possible." And I think I fulfilled every fantasy she's ever had.
Awful. What are you talking about? Do you even remember what you're talking about?
No, I forget. And this is why we love Tony Noto. That's right. Rachel Bloom's not she's not happy about this.
Once we're not allowed to do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
There we go. Hey, there we are.
Oh,
I'm sitting here face palming so hard.
What?
Face palming.
I think I wasn't touching my face then, so I think I'm like lagging.
There is a little lag.
Yeah, we're probably lagging.
It's probably fine. Tony's story was just total nonsense.
It's cool. I lag in my own brain, so it's totally fine right now.
So then jumping back up, I was a history major. I did not study this in college, but I did do the BU TV. I had forgotten about this until I did my BU interview this week. I was on BU TV's show called Bay State. I was the youngest cast member ever and the only freshman to ever be a series regular.
And I was underage, and the first like 4 episodes, I did not wear pants. So
Nice.
that's somewhere.
What did you wear?
I had like a button. I was coming out from a bedroom, so I just had like the guy's shirt on, you know, kind of like this, but without a vest. And then I'd always done acting, but I did like musical theater growing up because I sang, and I'm from the East Coast, so that's really big over there. And then I moved out here. Yeah.
Singing is.
Yeah, like musical theater is big on the East Coast because there's New York, Tony.
Oh,
It's
okay,
fine.
all right.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't realize it was
Settle
like
your tiny little brain.
I didn't realize musical theater was like an East Coast thing.
Certainly more than here, right?
Okay.
Anyway, so I came out here right after I graduated and started working and started writing stuff and producing kind of my own content because sitting around and waiting is a silly idea. And I know Elise through mutual friends. I think I met everybody kind of through mutual friends. So at the end, yep.
Elise. Mine's really short. I'm a middle child, so I really liked attention when I was really young, and I gravitated towards acting, went to school in New York, and then went to acting school in New York City, and yeah, just kind of plugged away at that until I met up with these people, and I just like the project because it's, you know, working in the industry, you get, it's kind of hard as a woman to find a smart female role in a project that's written and produced by a woman, and I really like that aspect of it. It's cool to be a smart girl, and I think that the media forgets that sometimes.
Definitely.
I'm done.
I've been in entertainment for 15 years now. I actually had to look that up. I'm like, how long has it been? Wow. I got interested in high school. Before that, I actually wanted to go work for NASA and build a warp drive and a time machine. But it goes back to my yeah.
That's a noble ambition.
In junior high, I bragged if a time machine was ever built in our lifetime, I'd build it.
Respect that.
I was heavily influenced by Back to the Future and Star Trek growing up, so there you go. And now looking back, it's like, duh, I guess I'm supposed to tell stories. So yeah, I jumped in, spent the first few years down in San Diego, really not knowing how to approach it, but still going at it, trying to figure out how to break into this industry, even not being in LA. My first project was on TV down in San Diego when I was 19. It was a public affairs show, and I had little segments on, and we did a segment on the Y2K bug. It was just right before 2000. Did a radio show, did a short film. We won Best Film in San Diego, a 48-hour film project, and then, you know, came up to LA. I produced one of the finalist Doritos entries, and so I've just been doing producing and recently getting into writing and actually writing some of my stuff. As far as this group, Kate's the only one I knew before the project. I think we'd met a few years ago, probably at 2 Filter events.
It was Woody from Machinima. He introduced us.
At what event, though?
I think Gone web series or the Dice. What's that? It was
Oh, we met at Gold.
Gold. That's it.
Gold Night of the Zombie King. Okay.
So when I say the web community is tiny, I mean the web community is tiny. Like you see the same faces at every event, and like every other week there's like, oh, I've got a web series, and you have an event to like show it off and whatever. So you bump into the same like 45 people, which is great because that means like you can foster a nice relationship and make good friends and keep kind of passing each other around.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, we just kept in touch, and then in December I saw her posting something about the project, and we got together, talked about it over coffee. I read the script, fell in love with it. You know, by the second episode, just in the script.
That first episode though, garbage.
What?
You weren't in it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's why episode 1.
And yeah, the rest is history.
Awesome.
Kate doesn't have a cat with her right now, so she needs something to pet, and I will volunteer my head.
Can we lightning round Tony to like see what his answers to the past ones are really quickly? Is that okay?
What?
You have to answer it. It's
Lightning round.
I'm being put on the
Ready?
spot.
Elisa's in charge of asking
I am.
questions.
Ready?
Okay.
Sorry, Aaron.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
What's the worst thing you've ever
Oh
done?
gosh, I can't remember all the questions we've asked already.
Wait.
Okay,
That's a lot
yeah.
of pressure.
He
Favorite
just
book,
wants to-
favorite book authors. That was one.
Wait, the worst thing.
Like, what crime have you ever, like, the worst crime
Most
you've ever done?
rebellious.
Most
Yeah,
rebellious
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I don't know if I can share that.
Yeah, don't say anything that will get you in real trouble.
Mine had a big ID. Hers was, he littered over there.
But it was like high-speed littering.
Kate got her belly button pierced when she was underage and immediately removed it. And I don't remember.
There's still
I
some
stole something when I was
Oh, he
4.
stole a piece of gum or something.
Oh, okay. I've gotten multiple speeding tickets, but the worst ticket that I ever got was for honking excessively.
Oh,
I
I
got a honking excessively ticket for $200.
mean, that sounds fair.
Outside your buddy's house.
It was in college and it was outside my dorm room, and I got the ticket and I called the court the next day and was like, here's my ticket number, and the lady on the line goes, oh, okay, it's a ticket for honking excessively, and I was like, all right, and I go, okay, so how much is that? And she goes, ha, $200. And I was like, what? She laughed at me before she said the amount.
I would laugh too. That's amazing. Okay, so what are your 3 favorite books? And you can include childhood books if you are panicked because you haven't read any.
Or, yeah.
Okay, honestly, my 3 favorite books?
Yeah.
Go, dishonestly, go.
Okay. Game of Thrones, Storm of Swords.
God.
A Feast for Crows. No, those are actually the last 3 that I've read. I know, actually, right?
The third book was great.
The third book's the best one.
Oh my god, yeah. Except Dorne. I keep waiting for the map to show Dorne, and I'm like, nope, no, in the credits.
Such a good
The City of the Mad Lovers.
I freaking hate Dorne. He spends so long.
I want to see the palace though with all the fountains and everything.
No, I just want to skip it. I want to pretend Dorne doesn't count.
All right. Enough Game of Thrones.
Yeah, enough Game of Thrones. Yeah, books.
Top 3. Don't really read. No, I'm kidding. I really enjoyed the Iliad growing up. I read that one.
Oh yeah, he tried to get us to do that.
I wanted to do the Iliad for season 2 and be the Cyclops.
I volunteered you to be the Cyclops.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Odysseus.
He wanted to go completely method and have us pluck his eye out.
Polyphemus. That was his name.
Yeah.
I want to be Polyphemus.
I know 3 is a lot,
Favorite
right?
Shakespeare or like
Well, it's hard to
comics that
do.
you liked a lot, or
What? I know I have them. I'm looking at my shelf in my bedroom right now, and I'm trying to.
This is an actor at work, you guys. He is picturing that shelf.
Guys, it's right there,
He can
actually.
smell it. He's using all of his sense memory work to create the shelf.
Yeah, it's a little dusty right now. I need to clean it.
Are there any other questions so that we don't like get
do you think
stuck?
classic Alice?
Well, we had Allison in. Who has a question? She was helping out, and now she's asking a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I actually had a couple questions, but I'll just start with this one. How did you decide to make the transmedia in Classic Alice as comprehensive as it is, and how do you keep it all running smoothly without like going crazy?
That is a Kate question.
It's comprehensive.
I don't know.
Actually, that's like the thing that I'm worried about the most because I know how adamant you guys are about like good transmedia, and it's a lot of like woo! So who's basking? It's just me. Like, I think having one person doing it probably makes like it's a lot of work for that one person, but that means I know exactly where everything is. So, and I'm not overreaching. We've got a Veilton site, and we have the 4 characters' Twitters. There's some Facebook, but we aren't really heavily going into that. Like we kept the scale fairly small because we knew it's just going to be us right now.
Yeah.
So I think that step 1 is not overextending this one human being. The Alice Tumblr kind of surprised me. Like I had almost immediately people were like, "Will you read my poetry and give me feedback?" And I was like, "Yeah, I will." And then people would ask her questions, and it was kind of fun because it's just an extension of
it's just an extension of acting. And I'm going to tell you something that is so nerdy and so shameful. I have not told any of these guys this at this point, but I totally roleplayed, like, for years. Online RPGs, like, text-based RPGs.
What? Okay.
So I know what you guys want, and I know how to give it to you, because I know that, like, that interaction is really important, and and it makes the story that you're watching your story, instead of just like, oh, these guys are so adorable, like, look at them do stuff. No, now you can, I mean, Stephanie made a gift set that made Alice see something that she hadn't seen, which then spurred, you know, further things, and it's just fun. It's kind of cool. I think going forward as we get bigger, the arc of it and the map of it is going to get more detailed. Like, I have a path and I know where things are going, but it will get more detailed and specific so that I don't mess up.
Like the Game of Thrones intro, you're gonna have like a whole map.
Right, and then we'll like fly. I don't know.
The fact that she role plays makes her that much more attractive.
And I was gonna say that was
I
like
didn't
really
know
hard
that.
for you.
I didn't even.
I know what
I
it was
know.
doing. I was holding that piece of right now.
That's awesome.
Anyway, I'm very dorky.
I definitely, I definitely appreciated Alice and Kara tweeting me when I was writing my paper last night. That was really great.
I'll keep an eye on you guys. Like, every couple of days I go through and see who's following the characters, and I'll pick a couple of people at random, and they'll start tweeting back and forth with them.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's just sort of to keep it alive, instead of like, oh, they put a video out, oh, they're tweeting to themselves, and it's kind of fun to see that, like, people want these characters to be real, and I need them, and so it's like this weird.
It definitely adds like such a nice depth. Again, kind of going back to those prequel videos, just kind of adding in those layers that really help bring things to life, which is, I think, part of what has made people so excited about the idea of transmedia-based web series, because it's almost is like a role. It's like an interactive. It's a story, but it's also a role playing for you as a viewer, which is fun.
Right, and I think that's what Bernie was going for with Welcome to Sanditon. He's a buddy of mine, and he's been like, your fans are going crazy, and I was like, well, they're your fans. I've just stolen them. But yeah, with Sanditon, I think he was trying to like give a kind of like a thing for everybody to play with, and we did that with the Vailton message boards. You can post video, you can post content, and it's just one clean space to do it in, so it's not all over the place. If you want, but you don't have to. That's kind of the fun thing, is like, you can be as immersed as you want to be and as removed as you want to be. It's not gonna change the experience. If you don't jump all in, it only enriches it.
I think I'm going to be on the Vailton website.
Okay.
I'm going to be a student.
Nice.
Look at these. What's your major?
What did they say?
And people are talking about like what they role play as.
Oh my gosh.
Look what you've done.
I know.
I used to do play by email writing.
Yeah.
Very similar.
I
That's
did
actually how I learned to write.
I did some message board role playing, but usually that was like, it's a little hard for me to do. But I did like live, not like LARPing, but live text based. So you would get together with your scene partner or whatever, and you would play together. It was like that you would do a pose, and then they would do a pose, and they would do back and forth.
I've never heard of this.
It's really nerdy. It's so nerdy, and it's not like mainstream at all. WoW kind of killed it. Whatever.
Bye, Allison. Sleep well.
Oh, bye. We're still on her. She had more questions.
Well, she just said I'm gonna head out now.
Oh, we bored her.
Well, you know, it is late for a lot of time zones.
Yes,
I know.
it is late or early for most time zones.
Afternoon.
Well, I think we have one more person coming in with a question, and this will probably be our last fan question, and then depending on what his question is, I have one last question.
And I have one as well, so...
Well then, we'll just have to fight for it.
Yeah. Fight to the death.
No, we can do 3 more questions.
We can do a million more questions.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you'll do what I tell you.
Okay.
So Ben.
Hi.
Hello. Hey Ben.
Okay, good. Oh God, I'm being put on the spot now.
Where'd you go?
Sure.
You guys know that you're amazing. That's my question.
Sorry, what was that?
You guys know that you're amazing. That's my question.
Did you hear that? He wants to know.
Oh. On the spot. I'm sorry. Look, you can
No,
probably.
this is the best question. So nice. Here we go.
Ben, you want to know the secret to Kate's heart?
I do.
I do.
Sure.
Tell her she's amazing every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The key to my heart is a pepperoni pizza. Oh wait, that's my stomach.
I still see his picture down there.
Oh, Ben. Are you playing hard to get, Ben?
Ben, you're terribly intriguing with your silence.
I'm sorry. I wasn't. Oh my God, I'm the worst. I wasn't paying attention. Did somebody ask me something?
There's one to know if you have another real follow-up question, or if you just want to shower them with more compliments, which they will also take.
You know that you're really amazing would be a
Or
great
did you
follow-up.
know that you're not so amazing?
Whoa! That's a curveball, Ben.
Okay, what's the follow-up question?
Ben, your question is tearing us apart.
Oh, I'm the worst.
That's it. We're all fighting. There's not going to be a book 2 now because of this.
I really can't think of anything, and now I'm super mad.
Sorry, I sort of dragged Ben into this. So
We are glad for your participation. Rami, if you want to ask your question.
Okay. The amount of glitter in the series. Why is there so much glitter there? And why?
Question.
What was it?
Why is there so much
Why
glitter?
is there so much glitter?
Oh, you know what?
And why isn't there more?
Weirdo online who was like super into glitter, so I tossed some glitter in there. It's you. The glitter was for Rami.
Wait, really? That's why
Yeah.
you put glitter in the script?
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
that
You love glitter.
intense.
I mean, I do.
Fun
I've
fact.
just seen your announcements with the glitter text, and I've been wondering why.
What?
Say that again.
What? I've been seeing your latest announcements with the glitter text for the thank you headings, and I approved.
Why that? I don't know.
I didn't see that.
It's probably
It was just. Yeah, it was kind of everywhere. I just thought it looked pretty.
It was attention grabbing.
Yeah.
I will say, prop-wise, that Alice's big crime notebook. It was so Parks and Rec.
You that, and I was like, wait, what? That episode where he's got the little shadow. First of all, I would have totally gone in for that part. Second of all, yeah, it was funny. I was like, oh man, that's my binder that they just pulled out.
And as far as the binder and the diorama, shout out to our production designer.
Yeah.
Jordan Craig.
Hey,
Yeah, he wanted to be here, but he's rehearsing with his band.
He also lives far away.
Yeah.
But he did such a crazy job.
Yeah, he showed up with that binder. You were like, wait, what? And even he the test that the essay that he actually wrote, the professor's notes back in the last page, and
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yeah, everything was really detailed. Actually, the essay that she got back was an essay that I actually wrote. So that's a real thing. And then he made a test. He made an exam, two packets of exams for the things that she stole. So they have all these questions about it, and then as you go deeper into them, they were like BS things like, this is really a difficult thing, isn't it? Like,
Yes, no, maybe, what?
It just got like clear and sillier.
Oh yeah, I remember a really interesting Twitter conversation regarding that essay when someone was saying, "Oh, I don't think it deserved to be," and you like,
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I got an A on that. Who are you, Internet? But it was fine.
this was lame, by the way, if anyone else knows it. But yeah, she was saying that her friend thought it deserved a C.
It was like a nice heavy critique from the internet, and I was kind of like, wait a minute, you mean if I put things on here, people might not like them? I don't understand.
That's new to me.
I don't like it. No, it's fine.
Well, so my question, well, this was actually from the spreadsheet. Who asked this? Bria asked this. No, that was a lie. 101 Jackie asked this. Wanting to know, once the Kickstarter ends, provided optimistically that we do get, you actually are at $66,135 right now. I just checked. Woohoo!
I was like, I'm not going to dance at jigs, what it sounded like. That's all right.
With 48 hours to go. So how long from that ending and you guys actually getting the budget money, you know, once it finalizes,
Actually,
will it be before book 2 is out?
So like the timeline is going to look, and this is a conservative timeline. Hopefully, we'll be quicker.
Conservative.
Kickstarter ends on Thursday evening, so I'll know whether or not to start writing. I will start writing almost immediately, and I'm giving myself a month. It will not take me a month. I'm giving myself a month to get the next 8 to 10 out, and then while I'm doing that, Josh is assembling any extra crew that we need and that kind of stuff. Did you know that?
I do now. I got a month.
Yeah, no, you have plenty of time. So Josh is assembling crew. We're dealing with making sure that we have locations settled and everything like that. And by the end of that month, we should be ready to go. So we're talking May. We should be shooting early June. It takes about a month of lag time to get episodes edited, but hopefully we can move a little bit quicker this time because we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Streamline that process. Yeah.
And so hopefully we're looking at July. Midsummer is kind of what I said on the Kickstarter, just to give it like a little bit of fudge room. However, obviously July is the middle of summer and these characters should not be in school. So we will probably be rolling out some filler content to keep the channel active and to keep, you know, from being in the middle of summer and everyone's in summer school for some weird reason.
I'm definitely.
But we'll figure that out.
I like summer.
He could be in summer school because he has to make it up to the dean. There's no reason for Kara to be in summer school.
I'm a camp counselor.
And don't forget, all the while, every week there'll be a video released of me just flexing. So you guys, there's plenty of content coming.
That's just on your Twitter feed.
And that, you know, that takes nothing out of the Kickstarter fund. So.
Oh, I just got a text message.
I think they liked it.
Nina says. Nina drew the graphic, the little Alice on the books. So she's our artist, and it is amazing. It's Nina Edlund.
I know. I want her to make us one for all of us.
Good luck. She's so slow.
I've never met her. She's so
She's wonderful.
Let's go get some
You
pumpkin
said
pie,
you would-
Nina.
Yeah,
Mysterious
yeah.
vixen, you.
I love how-
Let's do some
I would
fun.
what?
You want to see them in summer?
Yeah, I
Would
do.
you want to see a whole book in summer? We'll talk, Josh.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told you I like
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not gonna get into my ideas.
Okay. Well, let's talk.
It'd be like
I
the
got
Saved by
ideas
the
though,
Bell when they
guys.
go to the beach resort.
It's all gold up here.
Can we just go to the beach?
Ooh. Yeah, but it has to be an East Coast beach, not our fancy West Coast.
Ooh.
It can be
There's
different
some
California
needles on
beaches that we have here.
Main tickets for everybody.
A deserted beach.
Maybe we should do like a foreign exchange program and go to Italy.
We were talking about doing a nautical themed book and taking a
Yes,
cruise
I guess
for
I
spring
get to
break.
speak in Italiano.
Oh my goodness.
See.
Yes.
So offensive.
The bene.
You guys, you
I'm
realize
Italian.
this is worldwide.
Yes.
This is not just like.
Sorry, Italians. but you're
Actually, this
awesome.
could be universal. We could be
I'm
offending
displaying
aliens right
my multilingual talents to the world in the hopes that I'll be discovered by an
What was
agent.
the question? When? You can expect this stuff midsummer there will be something. If we decide to hold the books for like school year, we will at least tell you that that's what we're doing.
Okay.
It's not just
Yeah.
Also talk about doing lighter, easier content.
I kind of like the idea of doing like an Aesop's Fable every now and then to like fill that gap. Yeah.
Or
that's
the
weird.
children's content that she suggested.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually.
And then bi-week, it says in the Kickstarter, I tried to be really, really clear. No matter what's going on, no matter what stage of this we're in, you guys are gonna get bi-weekly updates. So like every other week, I'm gonna send something and just be like, this is what I've been doing. This is where we are. Please don't be sad. It's not ready yet.
Perfect.
I see you've been seeing my passive-aggressive Tumblr posts to certain people.
No, actually, I had this problem with Kate and Joe where people were like, actually, I had 2 or 3 people like immediately after we raised the money, they were like, "Where's our stuff?" And I was like, "Whoa, it takes a minute to make a movie, friends."
Yeah.
So communication is important because obviously you guys are funding us and helping us out of the kindness of your hearts, and it would be really crappy of us to be like, "Thanks."
Yeah. Yeah, and it's always, that's a hard balance to find, like, when are you, like, over-communicating being annoying, when you're not communicating enough. I think, setting a clear timeline is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the issue that we have. Yeah.
If it gets, like, if bi-weekly is too much, someone will be like, "Oh my god, shut up," and then I'll be like, "Oh, alright." You're always going to annoy someone, though, so.
Yeah. That's probably going to be.
It's always you.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're probably getting about around time to wrap up. I have one more question that I found kind of interesting that maybe we can just close with. And then if you guys just have anything else you want to say. What was the most difficult moment acting-wise? So this would be for Kate and Andrew. No, not Andrew. Tony. While you were filming.
Yeah, my mission is complete.
Probably last episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for you. For me, that fight was hard to get out of. Like, you get into this headspace. It's like, I mean, I think at one point, first of all, we're fucking up lines all over the place, and and at one point, I think I stopped.
Whoa, speak for yourself.
You were too. Everybody was. So at one point, I stopped. Couldn't remember my line, and it's a manic scene, so you're just on a roll, and then it blinks on you, and you're like, oh, and I stopped, and I looked up at the mic, the poor sound guy, I looked up at the mic and yelled, like, just yelled, and then we finally got it, but that was a frustrating scene because it was very high-paced and intense, and, like, it was hard to just shake off later because it was so like hard. It was just hard to come out. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say after that scene, I think we left the set and we went downstairs, and I don't know. I just remember everyone, like, the mood totally changed, and people were. I feel sorry for whoever was speaking to you or me. Yeah, I mean, Kate did an excellent job because in that scene, it's just Andrew's big moment to kind of, tell her what he's feeling, and she totally shuts the door on him. Her job as an actress is to actually do that to me as an actor, and it was accomplished. So it left me feeling pretty crappy.
It was painful for
30
me
minutes.
too. Yeah.
And Aaron recognizes it and starts telling me jokes, and then finally, gets me out of it eventually. Yeah, that was probably the most difficult.
I'm sorry, I acted so beautifully that I hurt your real feelings. She's not sorry again. Yeah, that one was rough.
The other hard one was when it was me and the Strawberry Shortcake doll. That doll guy has some chops. There's something very unsettling about when it looks into your soul and reaches into the depths of your darkest closets and really messes you. Really messes you up.
Which kind of bears your soul to the world, huh?
Yeah, that was pretty hard.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments, was him falling off the
chair.
The like bouncy ball thing,
Oh,
the
right.
exercise ball. That's been surpassed by the high five in the mirror now.
That was so funny.
I was watching that with Nina, and I was just like tears. I couldn't stop laughing. It's so
a genius. I'm so sad I didn't think of that
Oh
sooner.
my god.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Larissa Siriani tweeted, "If you haven't donated yet, this may change your mind. #, give me that 6-pack." And I think that's my favorite thing.
I told you, like I
Pretty
texted
funny.
him and said, "You're a piece of meat."
I was like, well, I wanted female-driven content, and now we're objectifying men, so I guess we win.
He was very quick to agree to be
Yeah,
objectified.
he was pretty excited about it.
Yeah. He tried taking his pants off, and we wouldn't let
He
him.
did offer.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for other hashtags that I really like.
That's the video that you guys will get at 8,000.
I think one of my favorite like other perk videos that we've gotten from other crowdfunding campaigns was, I don't know if you guys follow the autobiography of Jane Eyre and Indiegogo at all, but we got a Rochester like in a dress shirt and just socks dancing around, so he wasn't wearing any pants. It was great. It was perfect.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not doing that.
Sorry.
Aaron, thank you for giving Kate that
And
great
let's see,
idea.
it's 75.
Use it. Well, I think
and
that we're probably going to wrap up. If you guys have any closing statements, thoughts that you want to say.
And I'll speak for all of us for this so we don't go on forever, but I just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
Not only has the like literal financial support been insane, but just like the love that you guys have exuded for this weird show that I thought might be kind of funny is really, really cool. You've made the difference, because like if you put something out and no one's watching or no one's talking about it or no one likes it, no one connects, it's like, oh man, and it's so demoralizing. But because you've all been, since the first episode, tweeting and promoting and talking about it and like bugging your friends to watch, it's made my job of bugging my friends to watch so much easier, because there's already like this group of people who loves it, and it's so nice to have you guys there for us, like doing these Google Hangouts for us. And I know this is work, and I know it's crazy late for like everybody. And it's just really moving. It's really meaningful. And despite Tony being very aggressive when he walked in, I know that he's
That's how I show my love.
yeah, it's been a really cool ride, and we hope we don't have to get off of it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Well, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we hope so too, and looking forward to the next 48 hours and getting to celebrate.
Yeah, you will, and it will probably be like
For,
yourself.
And keep watching the skies.
That was my favorite sentence.
But yeah, thank you guys for getting together and making something that's enjoyable to watch, and Kate for writing smart women characters, which is just always great to see more of.
Enough.
Definitely.
Making it cool to
That's
read.
more than I'm kidding.
So yeah, I hope that this is not the end. I hope that maybe we can hang out and Q&A maybe after book 2 again. It'll be a lot of fun. So we'll leave on that positive, happy note.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone who joined the feed. Thanks for watching, and don't forget that you can go donate soon, fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Classic-alice.com/funding.
Get your moms to donate too. Yay!
Yay.
Awesome.
Goodbye.
All right, and goodbye, broadcast.